public-private partnership since 2006, as NMA Petrochemical Company is now a purely private business.
Whatever federal government takes an initiative, it definitely gives a direction both to the nation and its people. And that's what has given us a direction and confidence also to align with Nigerian government's initiative in making Nigeria a food productive nation.
Mr. Sonel, tell me, like, how many bags do you produce or bags here in a day?
4,000 metric ton urea we make, and we produce in bags for domestic loading and some loose packing for jetty, for ship loading.
Now, this is a presidential initiative, an intervention project in the fertilizer industry, and it is good news for Nigerian farmers and for Nigeria. In NMA Port Harcourt, it's Jide Onifade, NTA News.
A bill to provide for a framework relating to petroleum-producing host community participation and for other related matters has passed second reading. National Assembly correspondent Waziri Zayanu reports that the bill seeks to curb the restiveness in the Niger Delta by assuaging fears of the petroleum host communities.
Sponsored by Senator Kabiru Garba Marafa, the bill also seeks to provide veritable regime of compensation directly to the petroleum host communities to enable them to develop local infrastructure, access health care, and cope with devastated environment.
This bill, when enacted into law, will create the much desired harmony and partnership among the various stakeholders in the petroleum operations process.
Over the years, government has attempted to address the issue by providing various forms of palliatives to the host communities, but this has always fallen short of the expectations of the people.
When we passed the PID governance bill, we made a commitment here that the host community bill will follow very quickly behind you. We're already behind in time, and I think it's in the spirit of that we've brought this here today.
The Senate also considered the report of the Committee on Education, Primary and Secondary on the Compulsory Universal Basic Education presented by Senator Aliu Magataka Dawamaku, Sokoto North.
The proposed amendment in the present, my dear colleagues, were aggregated on the other needs that will allow the rights, compulsory free and universal basic education to Nigerian child up to senior secondary school.
The Free Universal Basic Education Act 2004 and other related matters 2017 is ready third time passed.
In the meantime, the Senate has adjourned for its annual long recess to resume on the 19th of September 2017. From the National Assembly, Waziri Zayad, NTA News.
In the meantime, the House of Representatives has concluded voting on all the bills seeking to amend the 1999 Constitution. Among the bills passed were the bill seeking to provide for local government autonomy and that of independent candidature, as well as the bill on immunity for members of the legislature and the reduction in the age qualification for political offices in Nigeria. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nko has more.
The impressive turnout of members at Thursday's plenary was an indication that the legislators are set for a serious legislative business. Voting on the Constitution Amendment bills commenced with the passage of the bill seeking the expansion of the Council of States to include former presiding officers of the National Assembly. A total of 285 votes against 7 saw the passage of the Local Government Autonomy Bill, as the bill also seeking for financial autonomy for state legislature was also passed.
For those of us who believe in true restructuring, this is where restructuring actually starts. We believe that this will empower people at the local level, if local governments are autonomous in this country.
We are all aware that the National Assembly, for example, is on first-line charge, and we want the state legislature to be on first-line charge.
The bill seeking to provide time frame for which the president or governors shall forward names and portfolios of ministerial and commissioners appointees to the Senate and state assemblies within 30 days of taking oath of office, as well as 30% affirmative action for women, was also passed by the House. Shortly before commencement of vote on the bill that seeks to reduce age qualification for political offices, members were seen carrying placards in solidarity with the youth bill.
This is payback time for those young men and women who worked tirelessly for us during
our election.
Thereafter, the bill was passed with 261 votes against 23. The bill on devolution of powers to the state was voted by members. It was rejected by the Senate. A bill on citizenship and indigenship, which seeks to empower married women to take up the indigenship of the state of origin of their husbands, and a bill seeking to create new states, were rejected. Also, the bill that seeks to delete the State Independent Electoral Commission from the Constitution was also rejected. With the conclusion of voting on the bills, the next stage is for National Assembly to transmit them to all the state houses of assembly for their approval before onward transmission to the President for assent. The House has adjourned to Tuesday, 19th of September 2017 to observe its annual recess. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
The Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Ibe Kachuku, has condemned the terror attack on oil exploration workers and security operatives between Magumeri and Gubio local government areas of Borno State, where lives were lost. The minister said it is unfortunate that the attack occurred when the team had concluded mapping and geological survey in the Nigerian side of the Lake Chad Basin and was returning to Maiduguri, the Borno State capital. Lydia Sampson has the details.
The government's aspiration to grow the country's crude oil reserve base of over 37 billion barrels, the NNPC resumed exploration activities in the inland sedimentary basins in Borno State. These activities took place in Gubio, Magmiri, Kuka, Abadam, Guzamala, and Mabar. This exercise was embarked upon based on security advice following the successful degrading of the Boko Haram insurgents in the northeast.
I'm sure that in the next couple of days, the military authorities will give us a lot more specifics in terms of the number of casualties, and we'll begin to make contacts with their respective families to support them in these very difficult times.
Meanwhile, the National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, has given a 2-week ultimatum to the federal government to intervene in pressing on the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, AMCON, to pay benefits of oil and gas workers inherited when it took over the assets and liabilities of oil companies. NUPENG president gave the ultimatum in Abuja.
That within 2 weeks of not addressing these issues, the NUPENG will withdraw her services into Abuja.
NUPENG president, who spoke on the state of the nation, decried redundancy in the oil and gas sector following the shutting down of international oil companies. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Tackling the prevalence of kidnapping and endless cycle of criminal clashes in the north dominated discussions at the meeting of the northern governors with traditional rulers of the region held at the council chambers of Government House, Kaduna. Muhammad Umar Ajingi reports.
The northern political and traditional rulers arriving for the regular meeting to brainstorm on critical issues affecting the region. Some of the challenges brought to fore are the threat of kidnapping, agitation for secession and hate speeches. Katsina State Governor Aminu Bello Masari, who stood in for the Northern Governors Forum chairman, said the 19 northern states must join hands to end the spread of violence in the region.
Alarmingly, following standard of public education system and the sectarian violence, needless to say, we must wear our thinking caps to find immediate and lasting solutions to these teething problems.
The state must vigorously reclaim its prerogatives as the guarantor of security. Robust actions in the security sector must be undertaken quickly.
The Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Saad Abubakar, was of the view that paying special attention to education, eradication of poverty, and preaching the authentic message of the holy books remains key in sustaining peaceful coexistence among the diverse people of Nigeria.
We are not short of solutions or other recommendations to solve our problems. But what we are short of, all of us, is sincerity of purpose, commitment to really do what we say publicly and openly.
The 19 northern state governors will continue the meeting tomorrow. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Umar Ajingi, NTA News.
And back here in Borno, the state government has commenced construction of a perimeter fence at the University of Maiduguri. Commissioner of Works and Transport, Adam Mulawan, disclosed that 20 million naira has been earmarked for the project. Mimuna Garba reports.
It could be recalled that 5 unions of University of Maiduguri had earlier given the federal government the construction of a perimeter fence as one of the conditions for the reopening of the university for 2017-2018 session as a result of incessant suicide bomb attacks on the institution. The perimeter fence project embarked upon by Borno State government is part of measures to further secure the university from any suicide bomb attacks. The construction work will cover 10.8 kilometers and is expected to be completed in the next 2 months.
We are going to do it in phases. The first phase we are going to do it because we want to look at the critical areas where there is very porous. So we are right now starting at the Dalori. Behind me is the Dalori camp. Then the Federal Training Center. It will come up to that loop around the Federal Training Center. Then from there it will now go in eastward into the hinterland of the campus. And we will be able to achieve about nearly 7 kilometers out of the 10.3 because these are the critical. Our main objective is to protect, is to start securing the critical and the vulnerable locations where the insurgency can have access into the campus.
The state government has also commenced rehabilitation of one of the federal roads in the state, Maiduguri-Damboa Road, where work is currently going on from Borno Express Junction up to Delwa Village. In Maiduguri, Maimuna Garba, NTA News.
Joining me now in the studio to discuss this and other security matters is the Chief Superintendent of Police, Borno State Police Command, Ahmed Mohammed Bello. You're welcome on the program.
Thank you.
Now, in the past couple of weeks, we've witnessed some security breaches at some locations, especially on the outskirts of the metropolis. Now, we want you to tell us what additional measures have the police adopted to arrest the situation?
Well, I would like to take us a little bit backward. The Command Commissioner of Police, Mr. Damian Chukwu, reported at the command precisely August last year. And no sooner than he settled down, he, directed a committee to at least come up with a need assessment of the command. And we realized that the command was then suffering from acute shortage of manpower. And at the end of the day, the findings of the committee was forwarded to the Inspector General of Police. And at the end of the day, approval was given. So far, 3,000 members of the conventional police, those who are on general duty, have so far been posted to the command. This is in addition to other technical units like the striking force of the police, the mobile personnel. We have 15 units on ground. And beside the mobile police also, 10 sniffer dogs were deployed to the command, and accordingly, about 5 of them were posted to University of Maiduguri and the other 5 around the area of Muna Garage. Because virtually these are the areas that we've been having challenges, most prone to attack by members of the Boko Haram terrorist organization. Virtually, these are some of the few steps that have been taken to address the situation.
All right, you've mentioned the recent deployments made by the High Command of the Police to Maiduguri. Now, can you give us an estimate of the strength of the police right now in Borno State and equipment too that had been deployed recently, to counter the security breaches that we've been witnessing?
Thank you very much, because we are all aware of the fact that the state is facing quite a number of crimes and criminalities, and there is no way that police officers are going to be posted to the command without equipment to work with. The present strength of the command is about 8,462. That is beside the 15 units of the mobile that were posted to the command. And in addition to the mobile, we also have the counter-terrorist units, the 10 sniffer dogs that I mentioned. These are aside the 8,000 plus number that I've just mentioned.
What about equipment?
equipment? Well, we talked about the posting of the counter-terrorist unit. We talked about the posting of the mobile police. And everybody knows this personnel belong to the strike unit of the force. They move along with their equipment. Police officers are not going to be posted to an area that is prone to crimes and criminalities like ours here without them coming with their equipment. But so far, we have received about 8 APCs within the last 30 days. Beside the APCs also, we have received about 19 soft-skin vehicles. These are all meant to complement effort of the officers who are posted to the command.
Now, we believe that crime fighting is everybody's business. How would you describe the public response to general crime fighting within Maiduguri metropolis?
Yeah, one of the agenda of the present Inspector General of Police is the issue of community policy. And you cannot fight crime without active participation of members of the community. We believe in partnership and networking. We also have units such as the PCRC, Police Community Relations Committee. We also have the Eminence Persons Forum. And through that informations, come from members of the society. I just want to correct this scenario because many feel that members of the society provide the security personnel with intelligence. But what they give us is information, and information is subjected to a number of processes for it to be qualified as an intelligence. So the PCRC, the Eminence Persons Forum, medium through which information from the police gets to the community, and we also get to know what is happening on the part of the community members.
Right. You mentioned the police community relations and then the Elders Forum. Now, we know that sometimes some of the attacks that we have are in collusion with residents of the areas where such breaches occur. What suggestion or what advice do you have for such people so that we can stop having such security challenges?
Well, we have embarked on a number of sensitization campaigns. We have organized seminars and workshops, and all our strategic partners were invited for the seminar. We brainstorm, we cross-fertilize our ideas in order to come up with best ways of countering the effort of the insurgents. This is beside involvement of religious leaders who make it a subject of sermon and preaching to members of the public. We have also partnered with members of the media because the Northeast is virtually a radio-loving region. And for that reason, we have taken into consideration the importance of us partnering with the press to ensure that, the necessary measures that needs to be put in place presented to members of the public for compliance.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
I've been speaking with Ahmed Mohammed Bello, the Chief Superintendent of Police, Borno State Police Command, who has given us information on recent efforts by the command here in Maiduguri to curb security breaches in the metropolis. Moving on now, Borno State Deputy Governor Usman Mamman has expressed happiness over the return of business and farming activities in Buratai town of the local government area. This was during the inspection of ongoing reconstruction and renovation of houses destroyed by insurgents. Abubakar Muhammad Musa has the details.
Buratai town in the local government area of Borno State, which was attacked and destroyed by the Boko Haram terrorists more than 6 times in the 8 years of insurgency, is now gradually bouncing back to life with the reconstruction of houses completed in some areas, while in other areas it is still going on. Most of the people of the area have returned, going about their normal businesses and farming activities. While assessing the reconstruction work, Borno State Deputy Governor Usman Mamman has commended the effort of the Presidential Committee on Northeast Initiative and the Nigerian military for this feat. In her local government area, the returnees were given building materials and relief packages in an effort towards expediting the resettlement process, as most of them are eager to engage in farming for what is left of the rainy season. Usman Mamman urged the returnees to go about their businesses and farming activities in peace and commended the progress achieved so far in the rebuilding process. In Maiduguri, Abubakar Muhammad Musa, NTA News.
And that's the size of our package for today. We thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs.